It's a tough world out there. Business gets tougher by the day. Competition's racing to the top. How can your business win? Take the lead with Edge. Alliance Edge is a suite of business software for retail, workplace productivity, enterprise resource planning, cloud systems, and professional services that can empower businesses and make yours a step ahead in the market. A complete retail, sales, and distribution systems with a powerful solution suite. POS, POS Lite, cloud sales and distribution, connect all, web ordering. Now that's better, faster, and smarter retail management. With Alliance Edge Enterprise Resource Planning Solutions, or ERP, manage core business processes in real time and with ease. It simplifies purchasing, integration with POS, inventory, payments, financials. Now you can automate your operations and gain intelligent business insights. Ensure sustained productivity levels of your teams so you can focus on achieving business goals. From payroll plus HRIS, timekeeping, productivity tracking systems. Now you can boost your company's efficacy in just a click. With Edge Cloud Solutions, get your company and your customers to a whole new level of digital experience by maximizing the benefits of cloud computing. Edge Cloud Solutions offers cloud-based productivity tools, CRM and ERP tools, digital storage spaces, website as a service. Because at this time and age, being ahead also means growing your digital assets. Let the experts manage your IT requirements and be assured of a hassle-free technical and after-sales support. With its support, maintenance, and top-notch development services. Now you can be assured of smooth running, digital-savvy business operations. Alliance Edge is your partner in taking the lead by giving you the power to worry less and do more, so you can focus on things that really matter. With Alliance Edge Business Solutions, go ahead, take the lead.
Yes. Happy Thursday, everyone, and a very warm welcome to today's webinar, Increasing Business Resilience with a Business Management Solution in the Cloud. So this is under the collaboration of Alliance and SAP together with Microsoft and Crayon. So join us today as we officially launch a solution that is aimed to help SMBs migrate to the digital ERP platform and plan out for the move towards the cloud. So let me start by introducing myself. I am Danka, your host for today. We thank you so much for your time, and I hope you're excited as I am right now to gain more insights, even tips from business leaders of different entities. And we'll make sure to have the topics today be as value to you all. And as technology continues to advance and evolve, more businesses of all sizes are considering cloud ERP than ever before. So these companies, they're not only making the adjustment because it's trendy or it's the next big thing, but the move is through sound business decisions that come with a number of benefits and a result of factors such as cost, reliability, speed, and access. So this simply means that migrating your ERP data to the cloud will make your business more agile and support for business growth. So I don't want to keep everyone waiting. Let's officially start today's event. But before that, here are just some few reminders for us to have a smooth viewing. Yes. So viewers are on listen mode only. So this means you're all on mute. So if you have questions, please let us know through the Q&A box. And to run or view this session smoothly, you should have at least 5 Mbps, 4G or LTE internet. And it would also be best to avoid opening multiple windows. Lastly, a recorded version of this webinar will be available. So this is shared with our participants today after this event. And it will be posted also in our Alliance Edge Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube page. Lastly, giveaways are also prepared, so please stay tuned. We have Grab gift vouchers, especially for those participative attendees. And we would also love to hear from you. So we understand that you might have questions along the way, especially for our speakers. So we'll be running a live Q&A at the end of this session. So with that, we have enabled our Q&A feature, which is found at the upper right corner, and we will get back into that once all our speakers have presented. So, okay, our first speaker this morning has been in the IT industry for over 28 years now, and is already known to be a trusted leader with a proven ability to build, structure, and strengthen teams so as to improve efficiency and maximize the resources for the company. He's a huge believer in teamwork and absolutely subscribe to the term, if you want to go fast, go alone. But if you want to go far, go together. Specializing in cybersecurity, enterprise resource planning, cloud, Internet of Things, analytics, sales, account, and partner management, as well as sales and business strategy formulation. It is of great delight for me to introduce our first speaker for this morning, here to talk about the current market behavior, SME status, and the next business trends. Live from Singapore, he's the head of SAP Business One and Business by Design in Southeast Asia of SAP. Mr. James Wong, everybody. Welcome, James. How are you?
Good. Good morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear. So we're very thrilled to have you here today. So we're ready when you're ready, James.
Yeah. Okay. You made me sound very old. Okay, let me just get started. Let me share my screen and then just let me know whether you are able to see that. Hang on.
Yes. We're able to see now your screen.
You okay with that? Okay.
All right.
So just let me start. Good morning once again to everybody. Thanks to Danka and the Alliance team for inviting me over to share with you. Thank you for joining us at today's webinar on the strategy alliance between Alliance, Crayon, Microsoft, and SAP. My name is James, and I'm from SAP, and I'm responsible for the ERP business for the SMB market for SAP across Southeast Asia. Alliance has been a strategic partner for us for quite a number of years, offering B1 as part of their solution offering. I think you see on the video earlier. And I'm glad that the SAP B1 cloud offering is growing from strength to strength over the years, complemented by many of the solutions that they're offering as well. Today, I'm going to share with you I'm not going to talk about the solution and product. I leave it to Alliance and the team to share, but I'm going to share with you some highlights of a recent survey done by SAP and the Oxford Economics that is focused on preparing the digital readiness and resilience of SMEs across Southeast Asia. This study is part of a global effort to understand our SMEs customers better, especially in the efforts on their digital transformation journey, especially in this pandemic situation. Actually, across the region and around the world, prior to the pandemic, customers and their employees are already struggling to grapple with the organization changes and strategies and skills upgrading, talent retention, especially in the SMB space, digital transformation. The onset of the pandemic over the past 1 year has not made the task any easier. So what SAP and Oxford Economists did was that we did a global survey set out with the objective to understand the opportunities and challenges faced by various SMEs across globally, and as well within Southeast Asia as well. Globally, we reached out to about 2,000 executives in 19 countries in 2020. And for Southeast Asia, we did a survey at the end of last year, smack in the middle of the pandemic. We surveyed about 400 executives from the SMB market across Southeast Asia and gathered the following insights. This is a quick summary of the key findings of those insights. Let me just run through very quickly now. There are 4 key highlights that we gathered from the survey, and they are as follows. Number 1, businesses are struggling to keep up with ever-changing customer needs and demands. Secondly, there's very high expectations by the customers. The customers demands high quality experiences of their services or products from their suppliers. And it's getting ever harder to meet their higher expectations. Thirdly, many SMB customers are playing catch up on their digital transformation. And fourth, a targeted approach to use digital tools to access the data to help the SMBs in their long-term strategy is important. So let me just go through a little bit more detail on these four findings. 1, businesses are struggling to keep up with shifting customer needs in the digital world. The surveyed SMEs in Southeast Asia cite challenges in finding, hiring, training, and retaining IT talent needed to execute their digital transformation. And obviously, this is a more a challenge for SMBs than for large corporations or MNCs because of the nature of their business and the size of the business. Despite being able to narrow down to the fact that identifying retaining talent is one of the key strategic goals, retaining them is always a challenge. Even if one is able to retain the key individuals, upskilling the talent is cited as a top internal challenge to these companies. At the same time, while the SMEs are facing difficulties in upskilling their talent, less than 1/3 of the regional SMEs have invested in employee training and development. These training and developments are supposed to boost the employees' capabilities and experience. So on the one hand, you have problem retaining talent and training them. On the other hand, the SMBs are also struggling to enable the talent that you have to help you in your digital transformation. And this is about 30% of the people who actually have the focus on enabling the guys, the team members in the company. And this is actually below the global average. Secondly, high quality customer experience. In the ever connected world, all customers have access to more and more information globally on their mobile phone, connected devices. Information in which they can research on, information in which they can make decisions. This also translates to an ever increasing expectations on the customer experience. SMEs recognize this change, and this is why they rank this as one of the top strategic priorities across Southeast Asia, even ahead of other initiatives like overall growth or overall efficiency. This is because they appreciate that meeting the customers' higher expectations will eventually bring success, bring them more profits. So focusing on the experience is key. The good news is that this is similar to trends from our survey globally, but it's even more pronounced in Southeast Asia. From the study, about 40% of the SMEs in Southeast Asia say they face difficulty adapting to an ever rapidly changing marketplace and customer experiences or expectations that they have, compared to just 31% from our global sample. Third, many small and mid-sized companies are playing catch up on the digital transformation. Our data shows that generally the digital transformation journey has yet to gain foothold for many SMEs in Southeast Asia. This could be because of the perceived cost required, or as a point shared earlier on having the relevant talent to help them on their digital transformation journey. These results significantly lacks the larger firms across the global sample. This is significant as SMEs is a backbone of economy for all the countries in Southeast Asia. The ability to adopt different effective digital transformation is key to the success and sometimes to the survivals of SMEs as well. Thus, increasing the pace of digital adoption will be critical to the ever-changing, ever-challenging environment for SMEs in Southeast Asia. Fourthly, a targeted focus on using digital tools. We also find that the lagging investment in data analytics and either IT solution hinders strategic goals. Even though some of the Asian markets are at the leading edge of e-commerce adoption, use of social media, especially during this pandemic period when a lot of people are working from home, more and more people are going online, buying services online, doing transactions online, purchasing products, services online as well. But despite all that, the survey SMEs in Southeast Asia significantly trail global averages in using social media or e-commerce to increase the mind share, gain the market share, or boost their sales using the digital medium. Many firms cite shortage. It's not that they do not want to, but they cite shortages of data to help them in decision making, which will become more problematic as e-commerce and rising use of mobile phones increasingly drive customer experience. Next, I just want to talk about some of how SAP has helped some of our customers across Southeast Asia in their digital transformation journey. Together with our partners across Southeast Asia, our ERP solutions have helped companies in enhancing their competitive edge, provide digital tools to support long-term strategy, help the companies in managing the talents and skill sets issues that they face, and improve the customer experiences. And case in point being, Alliance with the offering will help address most, if not all, of these issues for you. Today, for SAP Business One, we have more than 6,000 customers across Southeast Asia alone. Globally, we have about 80,000. When we talk about customers, meaning companies, not users. So we have about 6,000 companies in Southeast Asia who are our B1 customers today. Many of them have successfully implemented SAP B1 and is very well supported by our SAP partners. We also have a very interesting tradition of, let me show this slide. We also have a very interesting tradition of having our partners and customers put out SAP B1 Business One flag, take a picture and post it on social media. Whenever they first have a project kickoff, a signing ceremony, or during a project go live event. As you can see in some of these photos, we have a lot of happy customers supported by our partners across Southeast Asia. These are actual photos from our partners with their customers in Philippines, obviously, in Thailand, Indonesia, and even Vietnam as well. So this just show that we do have a lot of customers that has been that we have worked with. Again, over 6,000 customers across Southeast Asia. I have a few customer stories to share here, which will demonstrate to a large extent how SAP help SMEs in their digital transformation journey. First is a Philippine customer called Multi-M. They have been providing imported and domestic food products since the 90s in the Philippines. Their challenge was to have a digital platform to help them in their rapid expansion across the Philippines market. This includes fine-tuning their internal processes, linking up various departments, and using a single platform to manage their businesses. By adopting SAP's ERP cloud solution, Multi-M started building a more resilient, flexible business to cater to their needs and future growth. It also helped them build a seamless process from sales to ordering through to logistics and to collection of payments. In a way, not very different from what Alliance is offering as a suite. And this is how digital transformation could help SMEs in their business because of the talent squeeze, the skill set, the cost involved, and the overall management of a solution that you require. I have a couple other customers from outside of the Philippines. One is Mon Logistics from Thailand. Mon Logistics is one of the leading logistics companies in Thailand with an ambition to go IPO. And they chose SAP as a solution. They've been our customer for a number of years, and we have been able to help them improve the productivity and efficiency, thus offering a better support and service for their customers. The other customer is actually 4 customers. I have a video to share. I actually have 4 SMEs from a Singapore market. These 4 customers actually comes from different industries. Like maybe many of you are from different industries, and all of them have chosen SAP B1 as a solution for them, which also highlights the fact that whichever industry that you're from, digital transformation can always help you to become more efficient, more resilient, and provide better services for your customers. Let me just quickly show you the video here.
SAP Business One is a great fit for a growing company like ours. I believe that Vanquis is now prepared for the next stage of growth, boosted with technology and improved systems for the new age of business.
We wanted a solution that would minimize or better still eliminate manual tasks. SAP Business One addressed all the challenges that we were facing. It streamlined our accounting, integrated very well with our international dispensing system, pharmacy-wide.
SAP Business One gave us the capability to leverage data to make informed and prompt decisions across our value chain. SAP Business One has also helped to improve the efficiency of our teams to ensure we are fully utilizing the team on high-value work streams.
SAP B1 modules provide us with the solutions on material planning, productions, sales, and procurements.
Okay, just to end, in conclusion for today, for my presentation, I gave you a high-level view on the SAP Oxford Economic Study. It talked about some of the key challenges that SMBs across Southeast Asia faces. I also shared on how SAP has been helping SMEs across Southeast Asia in the digital transformation process, their journey. The journey actually helps them, the offering that we have together with Alliance, help you reduce the requirements for trainings and retention of talent, technical skill sets that you need, support you in your digital transformation journey, provide digital tools for you to support your long-term strategy and long-term growth, and ultimately improve the customer's experience that they have. We can talk later during the Q&A. I hope you find today's brief presentation useful and informative. I would like to thank you for joining us today. Yeah, so back to you, Duncan.
Yes. Thank you for that talk, James, especially on providing us statistics on how SMEs are today with digital transformation, which really most have yet to gain momentum. So this is why in Alliance, we really share the same goal and objective with SAP, which is really to pour in information and much knowledge to our clients and prospects about the importance of digital transformation, as well as guiding them in the journey. So the edge of having a digital business will really or will mainly keep their focus on running their business, because it provides them competitive advantage, connected business function, and of course, easy access to data with analytics and reports. So going back to our segment, everyone, for our next speaker, he's an insightful information technology engineer with 4 years of experience in IT experience, including oversight of infrastructure, application, support, and services. And he is also a proven leader in directing operations, maintenance, and support of complex systems. Here to discuss the technical edge on the cloud platform and the delivery of cloud migration services. Please help me welcome a solutions architect from Crayon, Mr. Renz. Hi, Renz.
Hi, Danka. Good morning.
Yes.
Hi, thank you.
Oh,
you made me sound so professional. Thank you. Thank you. I mean,
sure.
give me a few minutes. Let me just pull up my slides. Hang on. All right. Can you guys see my screen? Can you hear me loud and clear? Yeah. Hello.
Yes, we can now see your screen.
All right. So, all right. So, my segment is gonna be revolving around migration and delivery through the cloud. Basing from Dang, I think I'll reintroduce myself. My name is Renz Martin C. Randrup. I'm a solutions architect from Crayon, Philippines. So let me start off with this slide. All right. So we believe in the power of technology to drive the greater good. So given the pandemic, it's still not over, to be honest, but uh, I can pretty much say that we adapted to it, or at least we're getting there. So with the power of technology, we were able to actually promote business continuity. We were able to, work in the verge of on the comfort of our own homes. With that being said, that's what that's what Crayon offers to you guys. So I want to highlight these four things. All right. So right size your IT estate for a cloud future, optimize your hybrid and multi-cloud environment, secure and manage modern workplace, and innovate with a scalable data platform with AI and IoT. This is basically our bread and butter. We help our customers and our partners work and make everything a possibility, from on-premise to cloud, and from complex situations from cloud to cloud environments. We can actually help you guys out. This is our services. All right. So we typically save our clients at least 20% on their IT costs. Why? Because we follow a certain framework in Crayon. We actually start off by educating our customers. We fill you in with the information that you guys need. And after that, we're going to be scoping it out. Whenever you say any use cases, any pain points, we're there to address it. And after going through all those use cases, all those scoping, we're going to be providing the best solutions for you guys. And that being said, we're going to be coming up with a full-on journey for you guys to the cloud. Okay. We have a customer first and vendor agnostic advisory approach, so you can select the best solution for your needs and budget. So be it if you're coming from on-premise, it actually depends on how you want to see it. All right. We actually somewhat depend on the customer at the same time. While we recommend the best practices in the market, we actually ask also the customers, what do you want to work with? Do you want to work with just Azure or something else? Okay. For Crayon at a glance, we've been in the market for about 19 years. The thing is, Crayon started in Norway. Crayon just started in the Philippines 4 years ago. We have over 600 certifications, 80% of the global market shares, 1,600 employees globally. We have strong relationship and strategic partnerships with the likes of Microsoft and Google and everybody else. Over 10,000 customers from SMB to enterprise across all industry segments, and publicly listed to Oslo Stock Exchange. Since we started in Norway, we're heavily, our footprint is pretty much everywhere. We have branches in the US, Europe, Middle East, India, and of course here in Southeast Asia. Okay. As for partnerships, we are heavily accredited with these partners right here. We are partnered with Microsoft, with GCP, with Huawei, AWS, even Facebook Workplace, VMware, McAfee, Oracle, Flexera, and many more, and even SAP. Okay. Navigate the ever-changing IT landscape with Crayon services and Alliance. So the thing is, right now with this whole pandemic thing, everybody is pretty much working from home. That's where we come in. That's where we address how are we gonna go to another step. Where are you guys now, and how do you want to get to that next level? How can cloud help you guys out? What's the cloud complexity today? Everybody pretty much says that cloud is somewhat simple. Cloud is easy, right? It's just cloud services delivered to customers, partners, and employees. For more advanced cloud services, whether it being IaaS, PaaS, or SaaS, you still need to govern the services. Ownership, change management, service roadmap, staying up to date on information, and handle internal support. This also shows that you need a service owner to the cloud service. Then after that, you want to integrate into existing operations, drive infrastructure as code and automation, handle security. problems and incidents, and have vendor support and integration with in-premise environments. For both user-based and consumption-based cloud services, you need to follow up on consumption with proper reporting and continuously drive optimization. Then you want to ensure that all development and deployment of the following DevOps practices: proper governance, security, and training. And then lastly, finally, you need to ensure that you fulfill any external obligations, laws, and regulations while connecting into existing organizational policies, process, and enterprise architecture. This is how cloud enables us, your businesses as of today. Like I said, we follow a certain framework. Our services are based on industry standards and best practice methodologies. Again, we want to work with the customers. We don't just give you guys the solutions on what's out there. We want to take your word for it, have your say, and actually recommend and actually, collaborate with you guys. With our certified experts at your side 24/7, you can succeed with the right size, manage, and optimize IT estates throughout the entire life cycle. Let me show you the framework. Whenever there's an opportunity, there's a pain point with the customer, this is how we go about it. We assess the maturity or the apps, assess cloud readiness, and workload migration planning. After that, we're gonna plan everything out. Plan for cloud usage, set out the foundations for cloud planning. Next is we implement or migrate. This usually takes up in months, depending on how much the workload is. Then lastly, you operate. As far as Crayon is concerned, this is the service that we offer. We offer consultation, migration, implementation, optimization, and even monitoring, management, and support. Okay, let me just share you with my last few slides, just a few customer cases. We've worked with DNVGL. So DNV has worked with Crayon for over 3 years to completely transform its organization and business process to operationalize and embed AI and machine learning solutions. Here's a word from their head of information and production system. Working with Crayon provides us with a concrete and business solution, and it educates us on the potential machine learning and how to share that knowledge with our entire organization. It doesn't just stop on us just implementing these solutions from you guys. We try to as much as implement, change management. We educate the customers as well. So it's more of a win-win situation, if you ask me. The last customer is Hafsland. Hafsland is an international energy company operating across the Nordics with 900 plus employees. Now, their story is converting the entire platform to a cloud solution with Crayon has given them a much competitive edge to ensure the benefit of their future. The thing is, with cloud, everything is pretty much enabled for you guys. If everything is somewhat migrated to the cloud, you'll be in a much better situation of managing your IT resources. In terms of the services, that's pretty much for me. Thank you for your time. Danke, I'll give it back to you.
Yes, thank you, Renz. Appreciate the information about advancing to the cloud and how Microsoft, Crayon, and Alliance together can enable our clients with cloud adoption. So, customers running their ERP on the cloud, is specifically SAP or SAP B1 on Azure, can definitely take advantage of the advances in artificial intelligence and, of course, machine learning to automate business processes and provide forecasting. So with our last speaker for this session, he is here to share more about the organizational challenges he has faced as a CEO and how he has addressed and coped with all of these. So co-founder of Alliance Software and has been continuously building Alliance to become one of the largest independent software development outsourcing companies in the Philippines, and also continuing to successfully penetrate the global IT outsourcing industry in Japan, Australia, the US, and in the Philippines, with his goal for Alliance to grow further and become a truly Filipino global people, process, and technology company. I am very happy and proud to introduce our president, Mr. Robert Chang. Sir Robert, welcome to this webinar.
Thank you, Danka, for the generous introduction. Okay, so let me share my screen first. Okay. Can you see my screen now, Danka?
Not yet, sir. It's still on the backdrop for a while. Not yet, sir. Can you reshare again? All right. We can now see your
Can you
screen.
see it now? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, very good. Okay, so again, good morning, everyone. First of all, let me take this opportunity to thank our partners, SAP, Microsoft, and Crayon, for helping us put together this innovative and compelling offering, which is SAP on Azure. We are excited to offer this new service to the Philippine SME market, as it answers the basic demands in the SME market today. Digital transformation. Number 2, accessibility, or the ability to do remote work. And number 3, security and business resilience. Let me quickly discuss each of these basic demands. So number 1, digital transformation. I think both James and Renz have briefly talked about this in their presentations, respective presentations. So businesses today are all about information. Okay? So we need to be up to date, or we need to keep up our information up to date 24/7 to allow us to make relevant business decisions in the fast changing world. Now, if you notice, news and information that affect us today are not only local anymore. What happens halfway around the globe affect our markets and therefore affect our businesses. So the challenge today is that we need to connect what are in our local information system to the global network and adapt accordingly. Number 2, accessibility. I remember back in 2009 when we placed our first ad for our flagship web POS system. We showed a business owner accessing her HQ system in the beach. The ad headline said, "Your sales and inventory data 24/7." The background was a beach, so back then we positioned 24/7 information access as a luxury, okay, for a business owner to simply sit down, enjoying her vacation, and then have the luxury to go through his or her sales information. However, today information 24/7 cannot be a luxury anymore. The pandemic has forced all of us to make access to information anytime and anywhere a necessity. In fact, if you notice, during the course of the pandemic, we have had 3 work-related buzzwords that evolved: remote work, work from home, and more recently, work from everywhere. That's how fast things are evolving right now, and it pretty much cements the idea that accessing work, accessing information 24/7 is now a necessity. Number 3, security and business resilience. As work becomes more mobile and as we increase our access to our business critical solutions, security becomes a major concern. Unfortunately, we cannot get rid of bad actors in this world. However, what we can effectively do is to arm ourselves against malicious attacks. I am sure that you have read and heard about ransomware attacks happening more frequently these days. Becoming more aware of these cybersecurity issues is a big first step, and it's a right step in the right direction. After knowing and being aware of these attacks, the next most logical step is, of course, to do something about it. The good news is that there are also several tools out in the market that all of us can employ to protect ourselves from these cyber attacks. And moving to the cloud is actually one of the many tools and one of the easiest tools also available to manage and minimize these cybersecurity risks. To address these challenges, Alliance, together with our partners, SAP, Microsoft, and Crayon, have come up with these new service offerings to basically address this new demands in the new business environment. We have redesigned and optimized our flagship solutions to work seamlessly in Microsoft Azure. Our major solutions now run on the cloud seamlessly. Our solutions such as Web POS, Connect All, our HRIS system, and of course, SAP B1. As we move to the cloud, we focus on three things. Number one, performance, to ensure that the user experience in the cloud is similar or even better than, say, on your own local network. Number two, costs. We want to ensure that the cloud workload is optimized. And I would like to take this opportunity to thank the team at Crayon, led by Renz, for working with our internal team in tuning and optimizing the SAP B1 workload on Azure, thereby ensuring the best cost without sacrificing performance. And number three, security, that all of these solutions take advantage of Azure's enhanced security environment and disaster recovery facilities, thereby taking you and your business and your organization a step ahead in terms of addressing the cybersecurity issues hounding us today. Finally, by bringing the core applications to the cloud, we prepare each business organization to take advantage of the data analysis capabilities of the cloud. We prepare each organization to take advantage of the cloud's capability to integrate to new business intelligence and AI tools. We therefore allow business owners like you to make full use of your business data and transform this data to relevant information and insights. Okay, wait. It blanked out. Danka, can you see?
Yes.
What are,
we can still see your screen, sir. It's on the last page. But yeah.
Wait, my screen blanked out. I don't know why.
All right.
What are you seeing, Danka?
We can see the whole screen, sir. It isn't presented. It's not on presentation mode, sir. So we can see the different slides on the left.
Okay. I think there's something went wrong with my system, so
All right, sir.
I may have to re-log in. But anyway, let me finish my presentation. Okay. So I'm sorry you couldn't see the next two slides, but my fourth slide actually shows or talks about the partnership we have with SAP and Crayon. No? So it also talks about pretty much why it talks about why the advantages in terms of partnering with Alliance. Okay. So for you guys, for our clients, we would like to extend this partnership with you. And here are some of the added value that Alliance Software and my team can offer. Okay. So number one is our SAP expertise. Alliance has always been an OEM SAP partner for more than 5 years. Okay. And we are also a gold Microsoft partner for application development and a certified cloud service provider. We have two major ISO certifications, ISO 9001 and ISO 27001, both of which ensures our quality delivery management and our ability to secure data and information within your organization. Finally, Alliance, more than 20 years of track record in the IT industry speaks for itself. We have built strong capabilities, both in terms of service delivery and local support capabilities. Okay. My last slide is supposed to show something about Alliance. We are, as I said, we've been a 20-year-old, more than 20 years a company. We were founded in year 2000. And we have dedicated sales and technical teams, both in our Manila office and Cebu office, to ensure that we are able to provide the support needed for our clients nationwide. Okay, so this is my short presentation for today, and I hope I was able to provide everyone with useful and relevant insights. I hope to get more questions from the audience and have a discussion with the remaining time. Thank you very much, and I'm sorry and I apologize for the technical glitch. Okay, Danka, take it away. I may have to restart my PC.
All right, sir.
Okay.
No problem. So if
Okay,
we have questions, we'll just for you, we'll just have it when you come back.
When I'm back, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Thank you, sir. All right. So once again, that was Sir Robert, our president of Alliance Software. Thank you so much, Sir Robert, for that talk and for especially for highlighting our different strategic partnerships that can really ensure and guide our SMEs or our clients on digital transformation and their journey with it. So what a very interesting and insightful session, everyone. So much has been grasped today from our speakers, and I'm sure that through this session today, it has really motivated every one of us and be more guided as businesses to transcend and move forward. So before we jump in the Q&A portion, I understand that you are all excited to have your questions answered already. So, but first, kindly direct your attention at the chat box as we will be sharing a link for our evaluation form. So, Karsten, kindly include the evaluation link in our chat box. So let us first know your thoughts on today's event, as we are very interested to know how we did because we strive to provide you with a better content each time. Although please fill the evaluation form after today's event. And I'm happy to also announce that we will be giving Grab vouchers for those who have submitted their feedback or evaluation forms. And at the same time, we will also be providing or giving away gift vouchers, Grab gift vouchers for those who have questions to our speakers. So we appreciate your participation. So viewers, are you done keying your questions? Because we will now proceed with the Q&A part of the program. All right. So I think we have one question here. This is from DFMCO. Is SAP affordable and user-friendly to SMEs? Also, is e-commerce an added feature for cloud? Maybe SAP affordable can be answered by James. Hi, James.
Hi, morning. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, James.
Okay. Today, the SAP as a company has been in existence for many years. I think it's best of 40 years, and we do very well at the enterprise level, and not very well known to some customers in the SMB space is that we also have a solution called Business One. It's been in existence for more than 15 years in the market. And again, as I shared in my earlier presentation, in my space that I focus on SMB market, and we have over 6,000 companies utilizing Business One across Southeast Asia, and all these are in the SMB space. So to your question, yes, it is with 6,000 companies in Southeast Asia utilizing Business One, all in the SMB space. So it shows that it is definitely affordable. We start from as low as 5 users onwards. And therefore, in fact, there could be some versions of the license in which you can start with 1 or 2 users as well. So yes, to your answer that the question that it is definitely affordable for the SMBs. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, James. Actually, there is also an added question to that from the question of DFM. Maybe Renz can answer this. Also, is e-commerce an added feature in cloud?
All right. I'm trying to look for the question. Also, is e-commerce an added feature for cloud? Can you please elaborate on this question? Because when you migrate SAP to the cloud, it's more on, well, to be honest with you guys, the experience is mostly the same. It's just that the way you access it is quite different now, because now if it's on the cloud, it's accessible anywhere.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd love to answer the question if we can, maybe we can have another session with the customer, or maybe they can elaborate on it. Yeah.
Correct. Yes.
Can I add something to that?
Sure,
Dan?
sure. Yes, sir.
If I may assume that the question of Denz would be related to whether or not we have an offering to allow them to go into an e-commerce operation. Okay. Within our set of suite of products in Alliance Edge, we do have an e-commerce solution. Okay. So the e-commerce solution actually allows you to do e-commerce operations and allow your clients to access your products and also do the sales, e-commerce sales in the internet. Okay. And I think what's unique about our e-commerce solution is that it's integrated also to our web point of sale system, POS system, so that allows you to do the invoicing as well. And all of this would then be integrated to SAP B1 for your enterprise-wide inventory and financial accounting solution.
Correct. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, thank you. Thank you for
Thank
that,
you.
sir.
Yeah.
All right. So we have another question from our audience. So it's more of SAP for James. Is SAP available offline in case there is connectivity issues?
If you purchase a solution that is cloud-based, like what Alliance is offering, it is only available in the cloud environment, right? So depending on how you look at it, it is something like your Office 365 or your email is in the cloud. It should be available 99.99 depending on your provider, how many nines they give you. It should be just as highly available as any other on-prem solution that you have, because on-prem solutions also have their downtime as well. So likewise for cloud-based solution. So in terms of availability, you ask me, I think they are quite similar. In fact, many a times cloud-based solution has a lot more value proposition, because again, remember the study I mentioned earlier about SMBs having difficulty retaining staff, having people to manage your solutions and all that. By having a solution like a B1 in the cloud managed by a partner like Alliance, you have something that is highly available and at the same time doesn't require you to have a skill set to manage the whole hardware infrastructure, or firewalls and all that. Yeah.
Yes, thank you for that, James. Actually, to also add, we have another question about unstable.
Danka?
Yes, sir.
Danka, sorry, can I add to what James said a while ago?
Sure. Yes, sir.
So just allow me to add something, James, because I'd like to share, I think, one of the solutions that one of our clients did. No, so we had this client who also had the same concern, like and the basic question. I think this happens mostly in the Philippines, James, because of the internet reliability. So when we were exploring with our client what to do, internet reliability for SAP, since the B1 for them was quite critical. So there were two options that we explored. One was we did a hybrid setup wherein they would have an on-prem server and at the same time a cloud server, a backup. And the second option we explored was simply to get another internet line. Okay, so let's say if you already have PLDT, then maybe you get a secondary line, not as fast, a cheaper line, maybe for Globe or vice versa. Eventually, the client chose to do option 2, obviously because it's a more cost-efficient solution, and the fact that the internet, a lot of the internet providers are now giving a lot of promos, so it's the prices are going down because of competition. Okay, so yeah, I thought I'd want to share that because that just happened like a month ago. So I thought that you might want to know that this was how the discussion went with one of our clients. Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and I'd like to add. I'd love to add more
Sure,
information from what they said. Yeah. So while we're answering questions here right now, it actually still depends on the meetings that we on how we work with you guys. So every customer is different. Every customer it's mostly like case to case basis, right? So you have a solution that we can hybrid it up. We have a solution for a second line as well. So it actually depends on your situation. It depends on how you guys learn from us and how much we learn from your IT environment. And then from there, we can actually plan everything out. So you won't think of these pain points anymore. Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Renz. So this is another question from the audience, more on still about the unstable internet connection here in the Philippines or in our country. So how can SAP on cloud be effective? Can answer that maybe, James?
If you're referring to, I thought it's a repeat of the earlier question.
More on earlier a while ago is more or less the same question. If it's available offline, the SAP. So
right, yeah. But I think I would just say that reiterate what the Robert has shared, right? That
correct,
the option 1 and option 2, whereby you can have a hybrid model plus having options available in terms of connectivity to the network will enable that you have reliability. You take a step backwards, there are a lot of large multinational companies. For example, this like different way to manage this question is that they let's say they have a HQ in the Philippines and all the systems are on-prem because it's major huge system hosted in a huge database. Maybe it could be a EPLDT or a whichever large company, and they have a branch in Thailand. The systems, they're not going to replicate the whole setup in Thailand, for example. And what they will do, they'll have probably 2 lines from Thailand linking back to the Philippines, for example, or even 3 lines depending, because it could be a manufacturing environment in which they need a system to be up running 24/7. But the whole hardware infrastructure, solution infrastructure could be sitting in another country. So to ensure reliability and availability, a lot of companies like this will have multiple connectivities out of country A back to Philippines, for example, so that they can have high availability access in terms of network to your hardware infrastructure. So to your question, yeah, so again, it also depends on the context you're referring to. But I think there are many ways to create redundancy to ensure that you have the availability.
Correct, yeah. All right. Okay, so another question here is that I think, yes, so have you implemented and we can be of service with farms or agribusiness, and would you also modify functionalities to be of fit for to the industry needs? Yeah, so can
Maybe
we? Sure, all right, Sir Robert.
Yeah, I think SAP offers one of the best industry standards in terms of back office implementations. So, and if you look at accounting, for example, accounting system, this is what we call a horizontal business solution. So it cuts across different industries in most cases. No? So should there be customizations or should there be configurations that will be unique to certain industry, what we normally do is we customize in the front end solution, which is outside of the SAP B1. Okay, so we may put in a front end solution, an invoicing solution, for example, through our web POS or through our cloud sales solutions, and that is where we put in the needed customizations. Okay. Sure. Of course, what we do is that we also discuss with clients in terms of how we can do workarounds and how we could do introduce new processes that would make it easier to adapt to what are already existing in the systems.
All right.
Okay.
Yes,
Okay,
thank you, sir. All right, so I'll be choosing two last questions from the audience. The rest we can reply this offline. So we have here, it's more on the security of cloud. So how secure is cloud compared to a server? And at the same time, let me just have this two questions together. So what insurance does cloud give in case the data is breached? And like what is happening in the US with ransomware attacks? So it's I guess more on the cloud security and how we can assure them that their data won't be breached. Yes.
All right. So I'll answer the first question. How secure is cloud compared to server? I'm assuming this is a physical server, right, on premise. So to answer, there's no actual answer to that question. From an IT standpoint, your business needs will always vary from project to project. So it actually depends on what's currently happening in your environment. What does your end users need? So if you ask me how secure is cloud, so there are solutions right now, knowing that that the enterprise productivity is going, not just not just SAP, all these other principles going to the cloud, all these components. There are solutions out there that I'd love to discuss with you, but we could go all day with it. Maybe we can have a different session for that. But the thing is that there are solutions now that can help your on-premise environment and even on your cloud environment for your organization. What insurance does cloud give in case the data is breached, like what is happening in the US with ransomware? So the solutions that we have right now, I'm not sure if insurance is the right word, but the thing is, whenever we engage on a cloud journey with a customer, we always tend to ask, the whole picture, the whole blueprint. We tend to, try to know even to the most confidential things, so that we cover everything. So attacks are somewhat, if you ask me, inevitable. But the thing is, with the cloud solutions that we have right now, it's more of an investment, if you ask me. Investment to the point that the solutions actually detects these threats before it approaches your organization. So it's more of like a prevention, better than curing the situation. Now for ransomware in the US, I can actually answer that, but to be honest with you, one of the main solutions that Microsoft offers is, if I could go if I could give a quick segue, one of the solutions that Microsoft offers is somewhat, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with ATP. It's Advanced Threat Protection. So it actually prevents these threats from approaching your company. It isolates them, Microsoft evaluates the data, and then if it's good, if it goes to the recipient. If it's not, it gets thrown away. So yeah.
All right, thank you.
Maybe I just want to add on to that, because this seems to be a concern. Let me just try to answer the question in a different manner.
Yes.
Maybe you look at maybe 6, 7, 8 years back, for more than 10 years prior to that, our email system resides on an on-prem Microsoft Outlook. There are a lot of large companies to SMBs that run a little server that's called the email server, and usually it's Outlook. In the past, there are many other solutions, but it's Outlook. And many companies have to have an Outlook administrator trained to maintain the software, backup the emails, manage the hardware, network, firewalls, right? And about 6, 7 years, depending on countries, 6, 7 years ago, Microsoft launched Microsoft Outlook in the cloud. And companies start asking, why should I put in the cloud? Is it safe? What about being attacked? Like questions that you asked today, right? Is it safe? I prefer to have it in my little server in my office. But today, you go to companies and ask them, why don't you put it in your email into a server? And you probably will get the answer, are you mad? Why do I want to put a server in my office? You must be mad. I want it in the cloud so that I don't have to maintain the whole infrastructure. 6-7 years ago, it's the other way. Are you mad? Why do I want to put it in the cloud? But now it's the other way around. Why? Because now, especially with SMBs, you do not have to have the people trained to maintain that system infrastructure and all that. Now, to the question about cybersecurity, as I'm not an expert, but obviously there's always a risk. But I will prefer Microsoft being there, for example, with Azure, with the whole capacity and resources to help maintain and protect my solutions, rather than me trying to maintain a server in my office and with my 1 or 2 or 3 staff maintaining the environment and keeping it safe. So which is safer?
Yeah.
Up to you to interpret, but I think the market has changed. You just think of email, the total philosophy has changed over the last few years. Likewise for ERP solution, especially for SMB space, will change as well. That's my opinion. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you, James. So yeah, we have. I actually said a while ago last 2 more questions, but I think this other question is very important. So first would be what if we would not change to the cloud? What will happen? Oh, sorry, if they change to the cloud, what will happen to their existing on-prem server? Yes.
Let me answer that.
Sure, Sir Robert.
Actually, there are a lot of options, and I usually hear that question also from our clients. In most cases, for most of our clients, what they do with their on-prem servers, since they've already bought it, is that they would repurpose it. Okay, so they would either use it as an internal server. If they do developments by themselves, or they have development teams doing some customized solutions, then they would use it normally as a staging server. Use it as a testing, as a server that would host their solutions for testings before they go live. In some other cases, they use it as a file server, keep all their files as a backup within their premise, or they simply just give it to one of their staff and use it as a workstation. Okay. So there are actually several ways to look at it, but or to repurpose whatever servers or hardware that have been invested. Okay.
Yes. All right. Thank you, Sir Robert. Last question before we end this session. Someone is asking on the duration of upgrading to the cloud. So they already have an HRIS system, which is in the cloud already. So will it affect the business process? And they are asking if you can give a number of clients or users that can handle the features simultaneously.
All right, I'll take that question.
Sure.
As for the duration, it will always vary on the number of workloads that you cover and the man hours required. So the thing is right now, just to assume everything, it always varies on how much we're working on, how much are we going to be bringing into the cloud. And does it affect business? Yes, it does. So again, so it always varies on what the conversation will be. And can you give me the number of clients users that can handle the features simultaneously? Can I have more information from that? Like, can you give me more number of clients, the users that can handle the features simultaneously? There's no actual number out there into how much are you saying that how much people are accessing the cloud? Yeah, if I could, assume. Yeah. So there's no actual number out there. It actually depends on how big of a server we're going to be building for the solution. So again, I just want to reiterate that every deployment is quite different. There's no actual standard of that, hey, here's how are we going to deploy everything out. It takes about 3 months. No, it doesn't work that way. So it always boils down on how are we going to evaluate your IT environment? How are we going to plan it out for the next few months for you guys? provide the proper communications, provide the proper announcements to your users, and also provide you the right licenses as well.
Yes, correct.
Right.
All right. Thank you, Renz. So with that, is there anything you would still want to add, Sir Robert or James, before we end today's session? Are we good?
I'm good at my end. Of
All
course,
right.
I'd like to take this opportunity to thank both James and Renz for their time and their expertise.
Yes, thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
James and Renz. So that's it, ladies and gentlemen. So our session for today has finally come to an end. It would not have been possible without you guys. So our dear clients, thank you for your participation, and especially for allocating time with us, and for being here, for being present during our product launching of our SAP B1 on Azure. So we do hope that we have met the goal of this session today, and that it would be of value to you all. So if you've enjoyed today's session, we will be having more of these webinars, which dates will be announced through our Alliance Edge Facebook and LinkedIn page. So don't forget to check us out and hit the like or follow button. So once again, thank you and see you around. Thank you, speakers, and our dear participants. Keep safe and enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank you for your time. Bye-bye.